Whether you like fabric
or whether you like wool,
this channel is definitely for you.
yeah. Hi guys, my name is Jabu.
My name is Sia.
And this is Cloth and Needle. Now today's video is going to be part 2 of utensils that you need in order to start. So again, crocheting has a little bit less utensils to start off with, but sewing is kind of a little bit more complicated. Okay, so I hope that you can bear with me. First and foremost, a pair of fabric scissors. I don't think you can sew without a pair of fabric scissors.
Yeah.
Ever. Because what are you going to cut the fabric with? You see? So starting with the basics, just need this. The next thing that you're going to need is a embroidery scissor. So fabric scissors and embroidery scissors, a lot of people don't know the difference. Embroidery scissors are basically smaller fabric scissors for when you're cutting off thread, when you're done sewing, or when you need to cut, you know, those small nitty-gritty things. Okay. The next thing that you're going to need are needles for when you need to stitch up just a small little hole or whatever. So needles, you're going to definitely need cottons. Start off with a black cotton and a white cotton, so just those two. You don't need to go crazy and buy a whole set of colors. You can just stick to these ones. Okay, this one is not okay. Here's the black one. Right, so you can definitely
Go for black, yeah.
Yeah, go for black, go for white. The other thing that you need is around my neck. It's a measuring tape. You're definitely going to need a measuring tape for when you draft your patterns. But a little tip, I don't draft patterns anymore, but because people are, you know, still getting the hang of it, patterns are very important. We'll talk about them in a different video. So yeah, measuring tape, very important. If you haven't watched the first, what should I say, part 1 of, then you are going to have to go watch it. But anyway, so this is a sewing kit. It's got a number of things inside. You're definitely going to need some of these things, most of these things. You can get it from Checkers or wherever, like I said in my other video. The next thing that you're going to need, okay, the next things you're going to need are a little bit smaller, a little bit more complicated. Okay, no, a pencil, it's not complicated. You're going to need it to draft your patterns and also to mark a few things here and there. I usually use either a pencil or a red pen, depending on what I'm doing. And then the next two things are an unpicker and an owl. Yes. So an unpicker is for when you make a mistake while you're sewing and you need to undo the mistake. So you're going to use an unpicker to unpick. The owl is for when you need to make a point, when you need to like make a hole so that you know where your notch or where your dot ends. We'll talk about that in another video. So those are the things that you need. Of course, everything else comes with the machine when you buy the machine. So that's a bobbin and a bobbin case. These two things, I'll put a picture, of course, because I don't think you can actually see now. But yeah, you're gonna need those things. You're gonna need your different foots. You're gonna need your different sized needles. So you're gonna need a 70 by 10 and a 90 by 40. A 70 by 10 is just for normal fabric, so lightweight and medium weight. Heavyweight, you're definitely going to need a 90 by 40, otherwise your needle is going to break. But again, we'll talk about it once we get into the groove of everything. This is a bobbin and this is a bobbin case. These come with your fabric machine. These come with your sewing machine, so you don't need to stress about trying to find them. To get extra ones, again, you can get them at any haberdashery. These are the machine needles that I have. So there's a 90 by 14 and a 70 by 10. Like I previously stated, this is for heavyweight and this is for light and medium weight. So those are the things that you need to start. You don't need anything more complicated than what we spoke about. And like I said, some of the things you'll find in your sew kit when you buy it from Checkers or whatever. The other things you will get when you buy your sewing machine. Because I got my needles and things like that when I bought the sewing machine. So you're definitely gonna get those. Yeah.
Yeah, so one thing she forgot that is very, very important is pins.
Oh my gosh.
You need pins and a pin cushion, okay?
Yes.
The reason why you need pins is so that you can like kind of put things together. Like for example, if you're sewing a sleeve to the body, you need to like pin them together so that you can sew when you're sewing. They are together already, and like because like holding them together is going to be very complicated for you, and we don't like to complicate your life.
These are pins. As you can see, some of mine are missing, but you use these to, like Sia had previously stated, you use these to have your fabrics put together, pinned together, so that you don't make any mistakes and your fabrics don't move while you're busy sewing. So that's about it. The one thing I did forget to mention to you guys is something called a thimble. You use this for when you're pinning. It helps you, you know, avoid having, you know, pin injuries, if I can put it that way. Yeah, so that's a thimble. But again, you don't need this now. You can definitely do without it. But it comes with your sew kit, so you don't need to stress about that.
You obviously need a machine. I'll show you guys, like I'll put a picture of the machine that I have.
Just adjust the camera. So this is the machine that I have, and it is an Embroidery Expression. But yeah.
But I would say when you're starting with sewing, you really need to like forget about the pattern making a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and go and just buy a pattern. Like you can get patterns almost in every single fabric store. There will be a pattern for you. You can get something simple like a t-shirt or something like that. And I would never advise you to start sewing with stretch material.
Don't do it. Just don't.
If you want to better yourself, you can try that.
We spoke about this in the other video, the velvet skirt.
Yeah.
Because it's stretchy. Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah. Just, you know, start with like normal, like a cotton, just something simple that is not gonna stretch, you know. And again, don't go for a pattern that needs you to like
be fancy and
add like, you know, and try not to go for a pattern that needs zip, you know, for the first one, you know.
Okay, so actually I've just thought about this now. Actually, it would be best for if you're going to be fooling around, you know, trying to get the hang of sewing and things like that, fool around with a fabric called calico. Calico stinks. So wash it first, because you ain't going to enjoy sewing if you're going to be sewing with it like that. Some fabric stores do wash it before they, you know, roll it. Yeah. But not a lot of fabric stores do that. So I think fool around with calico and just, you know, start off by sewing straight lines. Once you get used to sewing straight lines, then start, you know, sewing circles, and those are basically yeah.
But do something as simple as just making a t-shirt, you know,
or a circle skirt, because those are easy.
Yeah.
But the other thing about patterns is that you can just take something old that you don't wear anymore that still fits you, okay, and you can unpick it with the unpicker. And then you can use that as patterns, because that's basically what I do. I don't draw patterns because I'm not good at drawing patterns. Then the size comes out weird. So but yeah, so you can basically do that. That's basically it that you need for your sewing, you know. Yeah.
And also just, you know, as I said before, like try not to go for expensive things.
Yeah,
right?
Calico is really cheap.
Calico is very cheap. So, but if you, for example, want to make like a nice t-shirt or something for you to do, or a round skirts, circle skirts, yes.
You can just
then you can just buy like cheap material that's not too expensive,
town CBD,
and because you don't want to spend a lot of money on something that you're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
I almost said the F word. But yes, you don't want to spend a lot of money on something that you're gonna mess up. Also, when buying a machine, don't go and buy like an industrial machine.
Because why would
Because
you do that?
You might discover that you actually don't like sewing,
And the thing about industrial machines is that firstly, it's really tricky to learn how to using an industrial machine. I'm speaking from experience because I went to fashion school and they started us off with industrial machines. Now they are also expensive. So if you're not gonna like sewing, what's the point of buying something that's gonna cost you 7,000 something?
Yes, and like 7,000 something, and then when you sell it, you're not gonna sell it for 7,000 something, So just keep it simple. Buy just a machine, and then as you grow, you then buy your overlocker,
embroidery machine,
and all of those things. Just build slowly, and then you can, once you feel yourself, then you can, go buy yourself a leather, laser.
Yeah, laser, the stretch one.
Hey. And you'll be happy and fine. But always start with just the most simple things.
Yeah.
And once you realize that you really love doing this, that's when you start adding to your repertoire, start adding things, colors to your cotton, colors to your fabric, more stretchy stuff
and things like that.
So
that's pretty much it. I actually thought this video was going to take longer. I think I just raced through everything.
You raced.
Look, I'm sorry though.
Yeah, you can watch it twice or 3 times.
Yeah, you'll get the hang of it. And also, we're probably going to put that in the description box below.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put everything, we're gonna list everything, and so that's it for the 2-part series of utensils that you need in order to start sewing and crocheting. Really hope you enjoyed watching.
And we'll see you guys next week with other more interesting stuff. We're gonna just take it slow. Let's see what you guys want to see. Please let us know what you want us to do next as well. Put it in the comments or on our social media. It's up to you. Follow us on our social media as well. We have Instagram and we have Facebook. So you'll find we'll just write.
You'll see it.
Yes. And then like, comment, subscribe if you like what you see and you want to see us more. And hit the notification bell.
I like saying button, don't I?
I almost said button also.
But it kind of is a button, so. Anyway, so like, subscribe, hit the notification button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. Otherwise, just know every Sunday, 8 p.m., we are within and we out. Inside. Okay, bye.